Okay, let's open up this package. Becca sent this. This is the Goddess Collection. Super beautiful on the inside. We have a highlighter over here. We have a Goddess palette. And then we have 3 of their lip glosses. I've done a full video on their lip glosses before. So if you want to check that out, you can. So this palette has a really, really big, nice mirror. It has cream shades, really nice matte shades right here, but there are only 3 of them, but the rest are really pretty shimmery shades. I have not done a colorful look in a while, so I think I'm actually gonna go in with the colorful shades for this look. I'm gonna try and make it look not too crazy, but we're gonna try out some colors. So I want to immediately, when I opened this palette, my eye went directly for this shade. This shade right here. But by the way, now that that closed, look at the cover of this palette. It's just beautiful. It's like this, I mean, it's just like acrylic, but it's just this really pretty picture. I love it. So the palette retails for $46. It says it has 12 pigmented shades, 3 versatile finishes with ultra matte, shimmer, and molten metallic. So it's $150 value, and you're getting it for $46. Okay, I've already kind of primed my eyes, so I'm just going to go in with this shade Cloud, which is a really pretty matte cream shade. Oh, that's super pigmented. I did not expect that. I'm just going to take that right under the brow bone. This shirt I'm wearing, I call it my Josie Grossi shirt because it looks like the shirt from Never Been Kissed that Drew Barrymore wears, and I'm okay with that. I think I've been told by people who love me not to wear it, but sometimes you just have to do what you want. So I'm gonna wear this shirt even if it's not in style. I think it's cute. Where did I get this from? Like American Eagle. Like what's wrong with my shirt, really, is what I want to know. This is super pigmented. I like that. That's gonna be a really nice like brow bone shade that I would use in the future. Please ignore my hair right now. I have no explanation for it. Okay, next up I'm going to take this granite shade. There's a lot of really pretty like cool tone shades in this palette. This shade in Haze is just really beautiful. I'll swatch some of them at the end. But I'm going to take this granite shade. I'm really going to just concentrate between these shades right here because this is a really nice, again, cool tone transition shade, so a lot of cool tones, but I appreciate that there was a little bit of, you know, a transition color and that it is cool tone. Looks like this is pretty, but it does take a little bit to build up, so just have this on a fluffy brush. There is fallout in this palette. I never mind fallout. I honestly don't. Especially like when applying shadows. So I feel like I'm like a sloppy person. Like I feel like I'm like, but I never mind fallout because I just do my foundation last. So if there's fallout, it just never really bothers me. That shade, I'm going to switch to a brush that came from SL Miss Glam in a BoxyCharm box. This color, it just seems like, I don't know if it was that brush or what, but it takes a lot to really build up. It is a nice transition shade, but if you're looking for any matte shade to bring depth, this is really all you have. It does kick up a lot of powder, so I will note that. You know, I do want that in the notes of this conversation is what I always say when someone tells me something like kind of random in a conversation. I'm like, yes, I will document that in the notes of this conversation. Anyways, never mind. Okay, this blue. I'm gonna go in first with this blue on a brush, and then, I don't know, actually, you know what? Let me go in with my, what? I do not know what is happening, but that is putting off like hang on. Maybe I need my finger. Or maybe I need a brush and not my finger. That's not a lot of fallout again, just to note. Let me check. Is this supposed to be used wet only? It does not say anything about having to use this wet. Wow. Okay. I don't even know what to say because I'm hardly getting anything out at all. My brush is dry. I'm just gonna, I guess, I don't even know what to do right now. Let me try and get a little bit of pigment out of this shade and then go over it wet, but not what I expected at all. It's like pressed in there like super hard or something. Not creamy whatsoever. Okay. Now I'm going to try going in with it wet. Let's see if that makes a bit of a difference. Okay, I think you absolutely have to go in with this shade wet or you get no pigmentation. It almost has, like, when you get it wet, it almost has like a purple shift to it. Really interesting. I honestly don't know how I feel about that. I want to think that you can use a shadow. I thought at least you could use it a little bit dry, but maybe not. Okay, so I don't want to take this up too high, and we're going to blend the edges with a different brush. I'm going to take a mix of volcanic sand and then granite again, and I'm just going to run that through the crease of where that blue shade, I don't want that blue shade to go up too high. Kind of want to just keep it right here on the low. I don't like this eyeshadow palette at all. That blue shade is performing terrible in my opinion. It's like, even when I'm trying to blend it, it's losing. It's getting patchy. The edges won't blend out. Okay, let's go in with a little bit of this crater shade right here. It's kind of like a gray, more shimmery. Put that through the crease maybe. I have no idea. This is not, I mean, anywhere I am rubbing my brush is taking the blue color completely off. Alright, I'm going to go in again and just touch up that blue shade. Okay, then I'm going to go into this hematite shade. It's like a gray, and I'm going to kind of just pack that maybe on the inner part. I don't know. I'm not happy. See, these shades work more, but that blue is super patchy, and I'm disappointed. Honestly, so far, I do not like this palette at all. At all. Alright, I'm going to go in with this blue liner just on the upper lash line. This blue from Makeup Forever. I mean, like, it looks a little pigmented on my hand, but the blue just does not pick up at all. I don't know what the deal is. I didn't have any problems with the hematite shade, or I don't know. It's just, it doesn't it's not doing anything for me. Like even out here on the corner, it's already come off. Okay, I'm going to kind of brush over it after I put that liner down just to kind of bring the blue a little bit more to life. I'm also going to put this on the waterline. Okay, there is like this diamond dust shade, and I mean, it's crumbly. I kind of want to try this, just tapping it a little bit on the center. I don't know. I'm just trying to make this palette, like, make this look work at all. No. I don't know if that did not do anything. That just, I mean, oh my gosh, it literally pulled up and got weird and patchy and like pulled up the other eyeshadow. I don't know what is happening with this palette. Okay, dry. Putting that on dry like made a huge difference. It's chunky. That made my lids look really, really chunky, textured. Yuck. Okay, I'm going to touch up with this cloud shade on my brow bone. I don't know if this look can be salvaged. Honestly, at this point, I don't know if I should even scrap this video, but to be honest with you, I don't think I should. I think you should see like what a struggle that this palette kind of is for me. I had full intentions to do like a colorful look, and I just feel like this is a truthfully like a mess. I don't like the way the shadows apply. I'm not impressed at all. I'm sure this is the gilded shade. That's a pretty gold. Lava. Like this blue one like looks okay, kind of, I guess, on my finger. Like look at that. Like even when I dig into it, it didn't apply. When I applied it wet, it didn't apply. That diamond dust shade was crumbly and like gross. If you put it on wet, it picked up the other eyeshadow that was on my lid and it didn't even blend in at all. And then if you put it on dry, it's just like little crumble glitter pieces on my lid. It's pretty yucky looking. I'm going to go ahead, apply some mascara, some lashes, and finish up the face, and then we will be back to try on some of the rest of the products. In my vlog video, I talked about this Jouer concealer. This is the new Essential High Coverage Concealer. They have 25 different shades of this concealer, and it's super high coverage. I'm going to go with the shade Cream Cafe. All of the shades are in between the shades of the foundation. So if you have two foundations from the line, so you have like one shade and then the color above it, the concealer is in between those shades. So you're going to have a guarantee to find your shade. This is super, like, as you can see, like, holy moly. That shade was brightening and really, really full coverage under the eyes. I'm going to set that with a little bit of this Too Faced Ethereal Setting Powder. I don't use too much powder under my eyes, but just enough. Okay, I went ahead and put bronzer on. I just used Hourglass Luminous Light Bronzer, and now we're going to go into this highlighter. This is a really pretty color. It's called Gold Lava. This might be a little bit too dark for my skin tone, but I'm gonna go in with the slightest amount. It has a gold packaging, so not the traditional like silver, it's gold for this collection. Okay, let's go ahead and finish up the eyes. I do have that blue eyeliner under there, but I do want to smoke it out just a little bit. Not too much though, because there's a lot going on the eyes. So I'm just going to take this granite shade, which is the matte brown shade, and I'm just going to put that right under. And then I'm going to go in with the shade, this is like an ash shade, like a cool gray. And just go right there. I don't even want to fuss with pulling in any of the blue just because it was such a mess. I'm going to go in with a little bit of bottom lash mascara and then we will do the lips. Okay, I'm going to take a little bit of this diamond color, kind of push it out on my hand and pop that a little bit in the inner corners. Okay, there are 3 different shades in this collection. This really beautiful golden shade, this is called Metamorphic Gold, so this would be a really pretty topper, I would say. That's really pretty. It has like almost like golden and pink little reflectives in it. And then we have this is what I would call like a holiday party shade. This is in the color Ruby Fire, and these retail for $22. Let's just see what Ruby Fire looks like. Oh, that's really pretty. Just like a really nice crimson ruby shade with some glitters in it. And then this shade right here is called Molten Mauve, and that is the color that I'm going to use today. And this is like a mauve shade with little golden shimmers in it. That color right there. So let's just go ahead and apply this. These have like beautiful golden color lid with like the typical top to what BECCA products look like. All right, let's just go in. These have like a really mintiness to them. That's really pretty. It gives enough of a color to it, but it's not too much. It's really pretty with like a purple eye to have a really nice sort of mauve-y shaded gloss. Okay, overall, I'm sorry I'm not impressed with this collection. I do like the mauve gloss. I like the BECCA glosses. They are nice. They smell like mint. I would use the glosses. So that is the part that I liked. The highlighter is too dark for my skin. It does look pretty, but it's a little bit too gold. It's a little bit too gold for my particular skin tone. That's probably nothing negative against the highlighter because I love the Shimmering Skin Perfectors from BECCA. This palette is like a total fail for me. I feel like in the end the eye look looks okay, but I would never, after the experience I had applying the shadows, reach for these to recreate a look like this. If I wanted to look like this, I could get it with other shadows that I feel like perform better. This just, I mean, these shades just crumble and then they get a hard pan and you can't use them wet or dry. The pigment is patchy in them and I don't know, they just seem messy and crumbly and I didn't like it at all. So hopefully it helped to see like a real honest experience with the products. And I'm sorry because I love so many BECCA products, so I hate to give a negative review, but I just wouldn't personally purchase this. And I would purchase the lip glosses and the Shimmering Skin Perfector, but not for this particular collection. So anyways, hopefully that's helpful to see a little bit about it. I should swatch some of the other shades in the palette. We have the shade Haze, Red Rock, and then this ash shade. Honestly, that formula looks like it would apply really, really well, so maybe it's just that I missed out applying that formula and I went straight to these like more crumbly type shades right here. But the mattes were really nice. They were super pigmented. the transition shade. There's only one transition shade in here when you're going to create a look, and it is cool tone, and it does take a little bit of building up to do. If you want any depth, there's not a matte shade to create any sort of depth, so you're kind of left with these shades down here using shimmers to create depth. So in that aspect, it's not really a full palette. It's not something that I would take on a trip with me because I wouldn't be able to get a full look from it. So I tend to reach for palettes a lot of the times that I can get a full look from. So anyways, bust for me, but thank you guys so much for watching. Leave any questions down below if you have any, and I will see you all in the next video. Mwah.